Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Today I'm doing some more themed ephemera using My Porch Prints Book Lovers Kit. These are going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. So this first project is going to be a 3-pocket belly band with, or 3-tag belly band with a vellum pocket. So that is the big mama there. Then we're also going to be doing a belly band. Oops, I forgot this one. The second one is we're going to be doing some heart dangles. So I've got 3 sizes of hearts. Everything's already been backed with coffee dyed paper just to save time. And I pulled, bits and pieces of ephemera and things that I think I want to use. That is always subject to change as we move through the project, but I'm going to try to do that as well and just kind of create a dangle where all 3 of these will be hooked together by with an eyelet and a ring of some kind, and it can be hung on a journal page or off of the spine or something. So I'm going to do some dangles there. And then our third project is also a belly band with an envelope tuck. So and the envelope, whoops, got all this stuff falling out. The envelope is an envelope from the kit, and I'm going to leave it so that it can be folded out, and then there's a writing space on the inside on some coffee dyed paper, as well as a journal card, and then the little tabs which will make sense when I open it up. You can also write on those directly. So let's go ahead and set this stuff aside. I think this is supposed to go with the flower. There we go. So I'm going to just set those ones aside. Let's go ahead and start with the belly band here. I will be doing some stitching, at least on this one, because I want to be able to sew divisions in the pockets here on the front. So I've got some silk seam binding for my tags. I've already backed the tags. These are just tags from the kit. Aren't they adorable? Really cute stuff. So we'll be doing that. And then I've got a little bit of ephemera for the front of the pocket, which we'll talk about in a second. I didn't coffee dye, I didn't ink everything because I was still pulling some stuff here this morning before I started, even though I've been fairly prepped for this for a bit of time. So this is going to be the belly band, and it's going to have tag pockets, 3 tag pockets. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with, I realized that I actually need to, I guess I could glue the lace on. I think I want to glue the lace on rather than sew it, because I don't really want to use the brown thread. I don't want the brown thread to be what shows. I'm gonna move this camera just a little bit closer, guys. Bear with me. Until I start working, I never quite know if it's in a good place or not. That's a little bit better. So I think I will start with that. I think I will go ahead and glue this lace on, and then I will, off camera, I'll go ahead and stitch these and stitch around the belly band, and then I'll come back to you. But right now, let's go ahead and just get this lace on here. So I want it kind of in the middle. I don't mind if it's got some, you know what, maybe I will sew first so that I don't have stitching going through here. So I think I'll do that. But we do need to tack this on just a little bit, so that it doesn't move around while I'm sewing. So let me get a little bit of glue on here. I'm just gonna put, you know what? Yeah, I tried using like a glue stick before with this, but it doesn't really work. I just need enough, oh goodness, I really just need enough to hold it in place while I get it in the sewing machine. So, oh, come on, there we go, just a little bit. It does not want to come out, does it? But again, we just need a bit just to hold it in place. This is completely plugged up again. Goodness gracious. I just was using it too. Isn't that silly? Let's just poke a hole or clear this little nozzle. There we go. There we go. We got something flowing here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, the stitching is done. I stitched around all of the edges, and then I also made my stitching here to separate the pockets. I did kind of have a mess up here where I didn't do a back stitch, and so then it started to unravel, so I had to go over it, but it's okay. It's imperfect and beautiful. So that is our little pocket, and then our little tags are going to go in here like so. So each one will fit in that little pocket. So now we're going to just do a little bit of decorating on the front. I'm going to go ahead and sew my lace on, which I don't know, the lace kind of looks weird now. Maybe it should go up here on the top of the pocket. That would make more sense. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac because I'm gluing lace onto this vellum. So just want to be sure that I don't get any lace down in that pocket. But I'll put, I like to stick a ruler in there. I've got a metal ruler here in my basket, and I just kind of stick that in there and make sure it's not gluing the pocket shut. So let's go ahead and just press that down. Okay, get my ruler while I still can here, and I just like to stick it in here and just kind of run it there and make sure that it's nothing sticking where it shouldn't be. And then here, there we go. See if that lace is moderately straight. I can adjust still because we used Fabri-Tac. Got a little bit of time to move it. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and cut these ends off. I always have to have lace. It's just, I'm a lace person. If you could have seen my house, you know, like 4 years ago, it was just lace and doilies and everything everywhere. And then we simplified because I was just so tired of dealing with all of the dust and all of that. So we need to go ahead and, before we do this, let's go ahead and deal with the tags and get our holes punched and our eyelets in. So I picked these little black, little black eyelets here. So let's go ahead and get this going. So this is my Crop-A-Dile. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Crop-A-Dile. Actually, I'm not going to use, let me see if I can actually line this up. It's a little bit trickier when the hole is already been established. Oh, that's the little one. We don't want the little one. Yeah, no, that's the big one. Sorry, guys. It's still early in the morning on a Saturday here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to punch it with my hand punch because, again, it's kind of tricky when the hole has already been designed for you, which is not a big deal, but it does create a challenge at times. So I'm going to go ahead and punch holes in those. And then we'll use the Crop-A-Dile to put our eyelets on. Moderately straight here. Perfect. Okay, so now we can get our Crop-A-Dile out and just put our eyelets on, or in rather. So if you've never seen one of these, my gosh, you guys, they are a life changer. Totally a life changer. Love it. Love my Crop-A-Dile. So I'm going to go ahead and just give that a squeeze. I'm not going to go into the workings of how to use a Crop-A-Dile. There's many videos out on YouTube that you can check out if you're interested. And then number 3, and the eyelets just give a little touch of something to these projects rather than like the little hole reinforcers that we sometimes use, which is not a problem either. So I've got some seam binding, as I mentioned, so we're going to go ahead and put that on our little tags here first. I just picked this really neutral color because the kit is got pops of color, but it's also got a lot of neutral tones. So there we go. Awesome. And I'm just going to leave it long because it crinkles up, which is oh. What's going on with our, got a problem here, guys. Come on. Don't do this to me. Shoot. Oh, it's the wrong way. Goodness gracious, Renee. Hopefully it's okay this way. I was trying to do it on the other side. There we go. Pocket saved. Hopefully we can save this one. And this one. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted. Let's go ahead and get this one in here. And then the second one. This one's a little bit shorter, I think. I cut it a little shorter, which is okay. Doesn't have to be the same. Sorry, I'm off camera there, guys. And as I mentioned, I just to save time, I try to back my pieces with my coffee dyed paper. I like to write on a coffee dyed paper rather than white. So you always have the option to print the other side of your digitals too with a neutral pattern or color or coffee dyed digital or something, which I do that as well, but I'm not automatically double printing these days. If I want something double printed, I just do it as a one-off. So there we go. There's tag number 3. So, and this, oh, I forgot to mention the measurements on this. So, oops, I got a little bit of tight here. I created this for a 6x9 journal. So this belly band measures just under 9 inches. And I believe it was, what was it? 3.5 inches wide. So love it. Okay, I'm going to leave those in just to protect that opening because it keeps wanting to kind of stick there. So I cut some circles just from different parts of the kit. This one was from one of the pockets. I liked it because it was a little image. And so it allows me to just capture that cute little image in a small space. So I'm going to ink those up really quick. These were some of the pieces I pulled after the fact, after I put together my initial plan. Not going to go real elaborate on this. I don't need to. Simple is sometimes good. So there we go. So I thought I'd put the solid ones like on that end, and then put the books here, and put book lover. This is the sentiment that comes with the kit. Go ahead and ink that up as well. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm ahead in my recording, so we're just mere days from having to go back to work to school. School doesn't start for another week or so, but we go back early, obviously. So I was thinking about putting something under the circles, but I'm not gonna. I think this is just fine. So I'm gonna just use my art glitter glue to glue these down. Just to create a little bit of interest, something fun to look at. Make sure that you've got your writing going the right direction. And there we go. Looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and do the other end as well. This one doesn't matter because it's a key, so it could go either direction. I'm going to kind of do this with it. Just have it kind of sit sideways. There's that, and then we'll put book lover in the middle. You guys have to check out My Porch Prints. Their digitals are absolutely amazing. I love them. I have so many. That's why I decided to do this themed ephemera kind of projects, because I have to start getting acquainted with these kits. I've got so many, and so many that I haven't really done anything with, and it's kind of a shameful thing. So I want to do that. It's a great way to use them. So I'm going to go down below here and put it right here. Just kind of center it on that circle. And then our belly band triple tag pocket is done. That is that one. Yay! So let's go ahead and work on this one. This is our envelope belly band. So I've got my little bits of ephemera that are going to go on the front. So So I'm just going to set those aside really quick. I do need to, sorry for the reach, guys. I do need to ink these extra pieces really quick. I haven't done much with these. I saw a video, several videos done where people are making these kind of rough looking flowers just by tearing circles. So I thought I would try that on here. I haven't actually made any, so I'm not sure if it's really going to work. But I think I need a paintbrush or something to, they rub it to make it kind of, make them kind of bend. So let's go ahead and ink this up first, and then we'll play with that a little bit. Maybe we can learn something together. That was also an afterthought. That's just going to be the base. And then you just cut like, or you don't cut, well, you can cut and have them be actually really circular, but these kind of look shabby, I think, and really cool. So we're going to do that. I like them inked up just to give them that vintage look. And I got a little brad, so I'll be putting a brad through the center, kind of like it's a flower. There we go. And then our little word, may as well just get this inked up as well. There we go. So the theory here that I've seen people do is they take like a paintbrush and they just rub it on the center to make it kind of, that's making a terrible sound. What do they do? I have never done this myself. I think they use more of a ball kind of thing. Let me see if I can find one of my, we're going to need a pokey tool. I should have experimented with this before trying it on camera. Let's try a bigger brush. Maybe I just need a bigger one. So yeah, so that's working. So see how it's kind of making it bend a little bit. You can also do it with your hands a little bit. And then let's try this one and see if we can make that work. Sorry for the sound, guys. That one's not really working. Let's just kind of crinkle it up here. It's okay. Actually, I kind of want this one wrinkled. Let's just wrinkle that one all together. Kind of put a little bit more ink there too now that we've got some wrinkles. So it's okay. It's imperfect. I'll have to look this up again and see what they actually do, because I don't know if you're supposed to hold it and do it or what. I've never done this before, but that's okay. It is okay. I'd like to explore that a little bit more though. This is also like, I think this is 40-pound paper that I'm trying to work with here, so that might be part of the issue. So now we need to poke holes in all of these pieces. I'm not going to poke a hole in that one. I'm just going to poke a hole through these three. So let me kind of get them lined up a little bit. And this is my pokey tool that I use. So hope you guys can see that okay. I'm just going to poke a hole in the center here. See if we can get it to go all the way through. I also have another poker. Oh, that one worked just fine. This one's gotten a little bit bent, so it's not nearly as effective. Then I've got this little yellow brad. It's not quite in the center, but it's a kind of a wonky flower thing going on here, which is okay. And I'm just going to kind of bend this a little bit more. This edge seems a little bit too much here, so let me tear that off. Put a little bit more ink on it. There we go. That's better. So that is our little flower cluster. So I'm going to set that aside for now. We're not quite ready for that. So this is the belly band with the envelope that's going to go through it, which is going to make more sense. So I've already prepped this. This is, again, I believe this is just under 9 inches. Yep, just under 9 inches. I doubled it, so it's really, really sturdy for a journal, and it'll glue in top at the top of the page and then bottom at the bottom of the page. And then this envelope will go like this. We'll be able to, it can either tuck in this way on top, or it can tuck in this way underneath, like so. I kind of prefer this, but totally up to you. So let me show you what I already did for the inside. I've already inked all the edges. I wanted this to look really antiqued and interesting. So it's all inked on all sides, inside and outside. I pulled this journal card from the kit. Isn't that just adorable? I just love all the postage. I did back it with some coffee dyed paper. I may do some stitching around this. I actually may do stitching around both of these pieces, but we'll see. And this is the inside. So as I mentioned, this sits here, and that's kind of its storage spot. It's just a piece of coffee dyed paper folded in half. And then I just like this as a decorative piece on the top of it. But a person could write here, a person could write here, and here, could write on all of those flaps. So that is really interesting. So I think I am going to go ahead and sew around some of these pieces. Let me just set that over there so I don't get lost in what I'm doing. And then I had this little one I thought I'd put on the inside. So I'm going to pause the camera really quick and do some stitching, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, the stitching is all done. And again, I did my traditional straight stitch mixed up with a zigzag stitch. I love the look of that. So I'm glad I did that, because I really like the final outcome. And I did stitch around my coffee dyed paper, and I just left some strings because sometimes I like that. So that is that. And then here's the journaling card. So we're not going to put anything on the journaling card. It can stand alone, but I do want to put on this little cup. I'm going to put it in a corner here. So let's see which direction makes the most sense. So I think I'm going to put it down here, just with a little bit of art glitter glue. Just creates a nice little, cute little accent there. I could put a little bit of, I think I'm going to put a little bit of cheesecloth there. Let me grab that really quick. Of course, you don't have to do that. It's totally optional, but I like it. So I like to put my cheesecloth on with just a glue stick, knowing that I'm going to be putting something else on top of it to help it to be more adhered to the surface. So, oh, you know what though? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. There we go. Just a little bit of cheesecloth and a little teacup. Love it. Absolutely adore this. So this is the way it's going to go. It's going to open up here. So the other thing that I did is I pulled this piece, or gorgeous, a piece of ephemera from the kit, and I thought it would just be cute on the front of this. Yeah, so let's do that. Use art glitter glue. So we're just doing paper to paper here, and it works just fine. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of try to center it here, and I've got to get that point all the way down to the bottom because I barely have room for that to not completely cover up all that beautiful stitching. So there we go. And then I got this junk journal sentiment that I thought was fun. I think I'll put a little bit of cheesecloth there as well. I love that we can kind of change our minds as we go along our way here. Just gonna put that right there. A little bit of cheesecloth. Just creates a little bit of visual texture. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac so that it will adhere very nicely to that cheesecloth and then on and through the paper. So we're going to put that right there. Simple, simple, simple. There we go. So the other thing that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put all these pieces in. These are just going to go inside of here. And then we're going to close our envelope up like so. And then, cool. So then I thought we need something to have this be able to stay closed. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of the bits. I don't remember if I cut this out of something or if it was, I think it might have been a pocket or something that I cut it off of. But I'm going to kind of get it here in position so that that flap can just go underneath this piece. But I need to kind of mark where I need, where the bottom of this needs to go. So let me just put a pencil mark here. And then a pencil mark here so I know my boundaries. A pencil mark there. And then we're going to put some glue. And I need to go, needs to go up about to here and here. So I'm just going to draw a little line here. Actually, that's too high, because you don't really want the flap to go very far under. Actually, I wouldn't put glue at the top at all. That's my problem in my thinking, so forgive me for that. So let's go ahead and do a bead of glue down here and here. I'm going to have to wipe that bit off. I went too far, and then just some in here. And then I just need to wipe that bit off. I went too low. There we go. Oh, I rubbed the paper. Doggone it. Oh well. I'm just going to put this on here. Let that get nice and secure before we try to put the flap under it. Nobody will tell, right? I injured the paper. So let's see if we can slide that under there safely. There we go. So that will hold that closed somewhat, because it's a little bit bulky, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of bulk, but not too bad. So then the last thing on this piece is just to go ahead and put a sentiment on here, and then we'll attach our little flower cluster. So we're going to put book lover on here. I think we want to go about right there. No frou-frou, just simple. And then we're going to turn this baby over and we're going to put our little cluster on the front. Oh, it looks like I might have used a word somewhere where I didn't need to. I'll need to pull another one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this cluster just in the center so that it has some room to kind of bend, not be completely stuck. So put that on there just in the center there. Kind of bend this a little bit as we go. And then we can bend these pieces up again. Give them a little bit of dimension. There we go. I do need to pull another word though, because I did want a word on the front of this. So let me just grab behind me here. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? How about story time? Yeah, I think story time. Just cut this really quick, guys. Ink this up really quick. There we go. So do we want it in the center? I almost want it in the center, but I do want to put a little bit of something underneath it. I think I need a little bit more gauze or whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Hang on, just give me a second, guys. I've got also some cheesecloth that I dyed, coffee dyed. Looks kind of grungy. I want it to be the same as that though, so let me just grab another piece of that really quick. It is right here by me. This is gauze. I think I mentioned in another video that I got from Hobby Lobby in their wedding bridal section. I was like, I would never have a reason to go over there, but I did for some reason while I was there the last time, and found it in a really beautiful navy, a burgundy, and then this kind of cream color. So we're going to put that underneath there just to create a little bit of fun. I almost don't want it in the center though, because it seems to take away from the picture, but where would I want it? What do I want to sacrifice? I think I'll sacrifice up here because it's just that ink bottle that's upside down. There we go. Just kind of scrunch that up. I got runaway glue here. There we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get this glued on with some Fabri-Tac. And again, I'm just going to do the middle because I want to be able to have that not completely stuck, you know, kind of one-dimensional on the page here. So I'm going to put that right there. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, possum. Just going to push that so that it gets through the gauze and onto the paper there really quick. And then story time. So I kind of like that, just like right there without a lot of hoopla. Do I want it on anything? I think I might want to do a little bit of a cluster. We've got a little bit of time, so let me grab some scraps here from the kit and see what we can do. See what we like. Could use a little bit of this. I'm going to tear this really quick. Like so. And then another piece. So then you want a lighter piece to kind of offset that. Seems let's need something dark underneath. How about this? We'll just do 3 layers here. What's the harm? No harm. You can do what you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink this up. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, I love little scrap clusters to kind of build up a part of the design. In this case, it's the quote. There we go. Oh yeah, love that. It wouldn't be as pretty if you didn't use the ink around it, I don't think. It just kind of gives it this really rustic, beautiful look. And then we can pull a little bit more of that cheesecloth and put it in between a layer if we want to. Let's go ahead and put this down first. I like that. It kind of gives it a little bit of interest for that part of the front of the envelope. So I want to do it this way because I like the rough side up. So there we go. Put a little bit of cheesecloth here. Oh. Of course, you wouldn't need to do all this. You could just leave it more simple. It's really up to you. Use what you have. Generally, I use just scraps from my scrap bin, but because this is a new kit, I don't really have scraps for it that I would want to use in this case. So I am using just scraps. I'm still using scraps, but they're not like the true scraps, like your bin is overflowing from all the paper cutting. So I'll put that in the middle there, like so. And then we'll put story time right there, and that is perfect. And then we'll be able to move on to our hearts. So put story time here, middle. Perfect little cluster. I love that. And it doesn't create a lot of bulk for the journal. It's a little bit of a bulk, but so again, the way it's going to work, you can do it either side you want, but it would go like this, and this would be your belly band that's stuck to your page. And then to write in it, you would just take it out, open it up. You could do your writing on, you know, either the coffee dyed paper or the journal card, and we're good to go. So I love that. Absolutely love it. Super, super simple and fun idea for a journal. So there we go. So that is project number 2. So let's go ahead and move on to project number 3, which is our little hearts. So I've got a cluster of stuff here I want to show you. So I got a little bit of scrap paper so that I can put a little word, and then I cut 3 hearts using one of my heart dies. So there are 3 different sizes here. You can see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to punch holes in each of these on this. Well, maybe, yeah, each of it like over here, and then like this. I guess. Is that what we want to do? We can think about this though. I wonder what it would look like to do this. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think I want to do that. That was not what I had in mind, but I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and try to punch a hole. I'm going to use my hand punch just because it's easier when, you know, the visibility is a little bit challenging. So hopefully I can get this in far enough. We'll find out. Oh yeah, that's going to be fine. So let me get my punch in here. I'm a little impaired here. I want to make sure that I need to turn it the other way. That's why I can't see. Okay, so let's just want it as close to the bottom as we possibly can without jeopardizing the integrity of that edge. So let's see how we did. Ah, come on. Got it in there. This was not what I had in mind at all, but I love, again, that we can change our minds and do what we want. Hopefully I won't have trouble with the eyelet, because I'm going to put an eyelet through there. I think it's a little bit off, but no one will know. And then this one here. This was not what I had planned, but I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. So we're going to punch another hole right here. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm so focused here, trying to get this right. So there we go. Punch a hole. It's a little much for this little hand punch, but I think we'll be okay. Come on. Oh no. I think it'll be okay. That one was a little bit too close to the edge. I kind of got a tear there, but I think it'll be all right. So let's go ahead and get the crocodile out again. We're going to go ahead and put our eyelets in. But where did I put those? I think I need to pull some more. I don't think I pulled enough out. Just give me a second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do black again. That'll be, it will coordinate nicely with the other ones. So I can get my fingers on them. There we go. So the first one we have is this. So hopefully it's going to let us, oh, I wonder if we want to do that. I like that. And then go there like that. Yep. So hopefully, again, we're not going to have trouble, and this is just going to crimp beautifully. Fingers crossed. Got to get this in there, and then squeeze. Perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it when we can change our mind, because I would never have thought this until I just tried it. It's epic. It is absolutely epic. So let's go ahead and get this in here too. I do have to kind of hold this, so hopefully it won't move until I can get that in place because it's a little bit small. There we go. Squeeze. Awesome. Oh, I love that. And that heart is okay because it's stabilized by the eyelet itself. So, but for hanging, we got to figure out how to hang it. So I'm thinking that I want to put an eyelet here and hang it. Hang it off the side. So let's go ahead and punch one more hole up here. There we go. One more eyelet, and then we can decorate this little baby. Not much, but a little bit. And then we're going to be done. Let's see. Got it? Perfect. Okay, so that is our last eyelet. And then I did pull a little bit of stuff out here. So I've got this really cool lace that I wanted to use on this one, and I can trim this to fit it, but I wanted to have that little bit of shabbiness to this. So this is eyelet trim that I coffee dyed quite some time ago, actually. I want this to kind of go up. So I'm kind of trying to measure where I need to put this Fabri-Tac. Like so. It's coming out rapidly. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Press with my paper towel. Take a little bit of time for that to dry up and not look wet. But it'll be okay when it's done. Just shift that a little bit. Feels a little off. I'm gonna move this up a little bit if I can. Yeah, like that. See how straight it is. Not very straight. See if I can move it a little bit. There we go. It's going to have to be good. I'm just sticking all over myself. Okay. So that's that. Now the tricky part is, can I actually trim it without totally messing it up? Let's try. It's tricky. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, did I get it? Almost. I hope I'm not going to regret that. I'm going to have to look at the front of this and see if I actually like it. There we go. I do like it. I do. Awesome. Okay. Let's go down on this side as well. And then we're going to go up on this side. See if we can get that same little notched look. I really liked that. It's quite surprising. Get it? Still not. Just a little thread there. There we go. So there we go. Oh, I love that. And you can see how this is drying, and it's just looking all like really rough and beautiful. Oh, I love it. So let's go ahead and put our word on. So I had this little piece of coffee dyed paper that I thought I'd go ahead and put the word on. So let me just ink that up really quick. And then our word was cozy. Actually, I wanted to put one, I might put one down there, so maybe I'll use the longer word up here. But I want to cut it down just a little bit. It's a little bit long for this space. Give that a little bit of ink. And then we can put that on our little, need a little bit of cheesecloth though, don't you think? Just a little bit. Yep, a little bit of cheesecloth there. There might be enough Fabri-Tac there to hold that, but I'm not positive. So let's just do that, and then we can put our paper on. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because I'm gluing paper to another material. And it's just better to just be safe, better safe than sorry. Put that right there. And then we're going to put our word right on top of that. We can use our art glitter glue because we're just gluing paper to paper. It doesn't hurt to use the Fabri-Tac though. It does not hurt a thing. There we go. Oh, I love that. And so then when it goes in a journal, off camera I'll create something. I'll put a bold pen or something on here and create something so that this can hang. But it is a dangle just without the dangly bits yet. So I love that. So let's cut this down just a little bit. It's a little tiny word for a little tiny space. So we're going to trim it up here. Not quite straight though, Renee. There we go. A little bit more. Sorry if I'm whispering. Again, I get in the zone. There we go. So where do we want this one to go? Down here? Yep. And it can just go on there all by itself. It'll be just fine, I think. Put cozy right there. Oh, I love that. So there is our project number 3. Not what I had in mind. I had intended to eyelet them and hang them together, kind of like a staggered tag, stacking tag. But I love this, and the back is beautiful. So yeah, that is it, guys. If you like the video, we give it a thumbs up. And if you like what you're seeing on my channel and you'd love to come back, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell. If you hit the bell, you'll get notified. Depending on the setting that you choose, you can be notified every time I post a video. Currently, I'm uploading 3 times a week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.